everyone. Welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. We are doing scraps to embellishments with some of my scrappy pals, so make sure you're checking them out. What scraps to embellishments is where we take our scraps and we create something beautiful and swap over on Ginger's Corner. Now, not everybody swaps. Some of the gals in the hop, they just like to use their scraps and create. So I really hope you will go check them out. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and thanking them for sharing their talent, because I learn from them too. And you know, you don't have to participate. Just get out those scraps and be creative, have fun. So the theme this week, it is a special swap, and it is called stitches. So anything with faux stitching, real stitching, you could do inking. You're gonna see that I'm gonna do some old school pin work that looks like stitching. You could do whatever you wanted for the theme, as long as it had some kind of a stitching element to it. So what I did, now this time, this is a captain's swap, and this time we are making a pack of 4. So if you are going to swap over on the Book of Faces, right? You have to create a title, you have to create 2 matching embellishments, and then a journal spot. So that's what I've done. I've created a title, and it says, "You have me in stitches." Then I made a little title with a thimble and some thread. Then I made this little spool of thread, and I also put a needle and thread, and then I did some faux stitching. And we're gonna create each of these elements. At least I hope you're gonna stay with me. I hope. Now, if you are swapping, get yourself a baggie. Now, it doesn't have to be fancy like this one. You can get whatever kind of baggie. Make sure you put your name on the back. Now, I did put my name on the title, okay? That way, you put the work into it. You deserve the credit for it. And then I'm going to put all of these elements together so that they don't get lost. And then I would tear this off, and that way it's all in one spot, and the captain, it's easier for them. So please put them in envelopes. You can make handmade envelopes with your scraps of paper. You can get the Dollar Tree baggies, the snack baggies, whatever you like. I got these on Temu. I think it was like a whole pack for $3. Yeah. So lots of fun there. Just a little reminder for those who do swap. So I'm going to start with the thimble. And this is the die set that I'm using. These are just Temu dies. I did a few sets of dies, probably not still available, but just put in sewing metal die and it'll come up. Like sometimes it'll say for card making or whatever. I have the Temu link below if you don't already shop on Temu. I wish I could show you the exact one and tell you that it's going to be there. I can't, because who knows? You never know. So we're going to give this some detail, and I'm just going to use a white photo safe gel pen. Okay. And then I'm gonna, this is already embossed. Now, I don't know if it'll show up. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna try really hard, but there are little embossed dots on here that I'm gonna take my gel pen and I'm just going to put little dots on here so that you can actually see them. Now I have to move my hand so that I can actually see them. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here and do each one. Still haven't gotten my gel pens that I ordered. I don't know what's with this mail. I got a package that was mailed December 16th, and today is the 21st of January, and I just got it. Yeah, that tells you. Okay, so just some little dots. And I know I don't have the best gel pen, but I'm making it work. Then I'm going to take the needle, and I'm gonna make sure, and I'm just gonna highlight it as well. Okay, just a few little highlights of white on there. Nothing fancy. And this is gonna mimic the stitching. At least I think it does, okay? Then we're gonna do the same thing with the spool of thread, and these are embossed as well. Now I just kind of eyeballed that one. We all know I'm not great at that, but you know, practice, I'm practicing one thing at a time. Okay. Now I know that when you do these sometimes, it looks like you're not really making a difference, but when you get it all together, I can tell you and promise you, these little markings, the highlighting, I have learned, because when I first started, I was a hot mess. They really do make a difference. They bring your embellishments depth. They bring things to life. Like, it's worth taking the time to do it. Okay, so there's that. Let's see here. Ta-da! Just like that. So now what I'm going to do is this is just Dollar Tree twine from the craft section. Okay, nothing fancy, nothing special. And I'm going to cut myself off a little piece. And I need a little piece for the needle. Okay, and I need a little piece for my journaling block. Come on now. Smarter than the scissors, Ginger. Smarter than the scissors. Okay, so let's start with our journal block. Let's just get that done. First things first, I just took a white scrap. There's no rhyme or reason. And to prove that to you, I'm gonna mat it on a black. So I like to go with a color scheme. You probably noticed I've got teal, black, and white. I just kind of stay with that. I think the black makes it pop because if somebody's putting it on a white layout, I want them to be able to see it. I mean, otherwise, maybe if you did a title and now I made this one on my Cricut. You know what? That was cut. You can tell it's a scrap. So we're gonna flip this around using my scraps. And mat it over on this corner that I know is straight. Anyway, if you like this part, if you were to do that in white, you could ink it in black or teal. There's ways to use what you already have, not buy a whole lot of things. Now, I'm combining techniques, right? I'm using my Cricut, I've got my dies out, and the goal is always to make 2 layers. So I've done inking. I'm going to use the twine. Okay, you're gonna see that I'm gonna use foam tape. Lots of layers. We do not have to have these things flat anymore. That's one of the wonderful changes of 2025 that I'm really, really enjoying. I hope you guys are too. I have got quite a few questions, like what size do they have to be? Every single swap, if you are a swapper over on Ginger's Corner, they need to fit in a 6x9 envelope. Other than that, as long as they fit in that envelope, go to town. Have fun. That's, you know, not a wrong way. And I truly do mean that when I say that. Okay, now I'm just gluing the edges. I like to run my glue under so that I don't get any of those little dried glue glossy bits on the outside. Happens sometimes, but less likely to. All right, next I'm gonna take the twine and I want 3 little loops. That's just me personally. Y'all know me and my odds. Then I'm gonna go just like this in the corner, okay? And I'm going to put this down. Okay, I do want those rings to kind of show here. So maybe even bring this in a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be a messy, not really a nest, because to me it's too hard to make a nest with thread. Now with twine, but with thread, yes, like I do consider it a mess because you can wad it all up and have fun. Now I like to tack down the twine, just regular old art glitter glue. Ain't nothing special around here. All right. And then we're going to take our thimble here. And I personally like these scrapbook adhesive foam squares. They are a little pricey. I'm not going to pretend like they don't. I have them in my Amazon link under the adhesives category, but you can use whatever you want. You can use Dollar Tree. I use Dollar Tree too. Don't think I don't. I just really like these. They're just easy. I don't have to get any glue on my scissors, and you know, I'm all about the less I have to do later to clean up, the better. So then we're gonna take off the backing here if it doesn't stick to my finger. And then our journal spot's done. Really cute, something different. I really wanted to create something different. Push it down, and that'll help hold that twine down too, okay? So there's our journal spot. Now we have to have some faux stitching. That's the whole idea. So I just went old school, right? And I'm just going to take Sharpie fine tip marker, and I'm going to put some faux stitching all the way around, okay? No rhyme or reason, just go to town. Okay, that one looks like the tension is off on the sewing machine. If you're a sewer, you know what that means, but we got it on there. So there's my journaling block. I've got faux stitching. Now I need to create 2 embellishments, and this is so fun. I had a lot of fun creating this. So I'm gonna take my glue again, and I'm just gonna follow what was already on this simple die cut. I struggled, I don't know about y'all, for a little bit of what to do with die cuts. Like I don't want this brand new piece of paper. I need to get, because I don't want to get glue on it. Let me get my scratch piece. I know I have it here somewhere in these here parts. Here we go. So if I get glue on it, it's not the end of the world. But I've learned to add layers, sometimes like maybe cutting out a die cut in 2 different colors and cutting pieces of it off. That helped me, but I'm definitely learning how to use these simple dies and make them 2 layers, okay? I mean, technically it would have already been 2 layers because I did ink this edge with black as well. I've already done that, and I used a pen, right? And I'm just wrapping this around, and then I'm going to glue it. Oops, maybe I'm not. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Right down the middle. Now you could add a piece of foam for whoever gets it. I'm not going to. They might not use it in the same way that I would. But if you, let's say you get one of mine, you gotta make sure you press that twine down in that glue. And just hold it there for a second. If you get one of mine and you want this to lay flat, add foam to this, and then it will just be popped up on your page. That's my best advice. Whenever you have something that's a little bulky like that, that's what you want to do, okay? Then I'm going to cut off the end. We don't want to see that. And there is my little spool of thread, okay? There we go. I do think I want to add a little glue here at the bottom. Probably doesn't need it, but better safe than sorry. And when you're gluing down twine, just hold it for a second. It'll stay on there. Okay, so there's our block. There's one embellishment, okay? Then here is our second embellishment. I think you probably figured it out. We're just going, I love this die. We already highlighted it, and I'm just going to thread the needle, okay? And you could make this shorter, longer, however you want. And just like I did the other one, I'm gonna glue it, just a little tab. Don't go crazy and put glue everywhere. Just need a little bit, okay? Hold it there for 1 hot second, but not so long that it sticks to your finger. No, it sticks to the paper that I have on the back. And then I'm gonna do the same on this side, okay? And just hold it together. And there we go. There's my little thing. Now they can position this however they want on their layout, but there is my second embellishment. Now, it doesn't always have to be big, right? I mean, you guys see these. Personally, some of my favorites are small because I can tuck them and make clusters, and it just makes me happy. All right, next I have, let's see, I need my tweezers. I have my title. Now my title has 3 layers because I wanted to get all 3 colors in there. As always, I like using my tweezers so I can see where it's gonna go, and I don't need a ton of glue. Y'all, I'm telling myself that. Do you guys have any idea how much glue I go through? Way too much. Shh, don't say anything. But you don't need as much as I use, and I go through a lot of glue, like a lot. But I do glue every element on my layouts when I'm scrapbooking. Every element. Stickers, I don't care. I'm so tired of finding old layouts and I have to go back and fix them. It just drives me batty. Drives me crazy. So I glue everything. That's part of the reason I go through so much glue. Okay. Now, as I said, I did make this on my Cricut. Pretty proud of myself. If you know, you just know. Then next step is I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to glue the letters. Now, if you're a Cricut maker, I do know that I could have combined these and made them one, but I like the separation. I mean, this one, a couple of them I did connect, but I think that's the only one actually. Oh, this one here. Nope, that's an H. But, so I'm just gonna glue them. I like how they're separated. I don't know why, I just do. It's a personal preference. Doesn't mean it's wrong or right, just how I like to do it. So I'm gonna keep on gluing. At the end, I will put close-ups of what I've created. Like I said in the beginning, make sure you're checking out those other ladies. Now, pay attention to the details. Come join us over on the Book of Faces. You like how I'm doing that now? Go me, I'm pretty proud that I can say it. And make sure you answer those questions. We would love to have you. We have swaps in Europe. We have swaps in Canada, of course, the United States, and Australia. We are very blessed to have folks that I call my captains, and they make it possible. You do not have to pay international shipping. I can talk. And thank you to them. All right, I will see you next time. Be blessed and use those scraps. Bye.